Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning. We are happy to have you here and warm welcome to IPM Day. This is sessions 2. And today's discussion will be on will AI replace project manager or it will be redefining them. As a moderator and host for today's session, myself, Bhavani Chatterjee, part of Capgemini, being a digital transformation and innovation leader, an enterprising professional with 17 years of experience in leading technology-driven project governance and security compliance. Also, it's my honor to introduce you with our guest of honor, Kalyan, who has 26 years of experience, an active volunteer of PMI since more than 18 years. He is also a co-chair for the PMI South Asian Champion Program. And along with us, we also have Nitin Kunte, our esteemed panelist. Nitin brings more than 25 years of hands-on leadership in complex IT settings with experience spanning finance, healthcare, payment, SaaS. He has held a variety of roles across these industries, adapting to changing technologies and business needs. As a past PMI Dallas chapter board member, he's paired a strong background in project management with deep organization and strategic leadership. Importantly, for today's conversation, he has worked directly with AI, both implementing solution in real world scenarios and training language model for specialized business challenges. Welcome, Nitin and Kalyan. Also, along with us, we have Brijesh Shah. Brijesh Shah is co-founder and CEO of NextGen Soft, a global digital transformation and AI-driven engineering partner with 25 years of experience in deep expertise across cloud, AI, DevOps, enterprise data platform, and generative AI. He has led modernization program for global enterprises across US, Europe, and APAC. As a PMI certified professional and AWS solution architect professional, Bridges helps organization adopt AI-powered delivery models, modernize and legacy system, and build high-performing engineering teams. He is also the Vice President Program at PMI Gujarat chapter, driving large-scale community initiative across project leadership, innovation, and AI adoption. Also welcoming Lindsay Sivadas, a seasoned delivery and program management professional with over 22 years of experience. Lindsay specializes in orchestrating large-scale, multi-source data warehouse and BI platform initiative, combining deep expertise in data engineering, analytics, and agile transformation. She has helped organizations transform their data landscape into strategic decision-making assets. Beyond execution, she is passionate about coaching teams in agile ways of working, cultivating a culture of adaptability and continuous improvement. Whether it's streamlining operations, launching a self-service BI environment, or mentoring emerging agile champion, they release the challenges that come from change, complexity, and scale. Due to some unforeseen circumstances, our another panelist, Chintan Ojha, was founder and managing partner for Anantam ecosystem, not able to join us, but we'll continue with our other esteemed panelists. But before deep dive into our topic, I request our guest of honor, Kalyan, to share some knowledge or about PMI South Asia Champion Program. Over to you,
Yeah,
Kalyan.
thanks, Bhavani, for that introduction. Good evening, everyone. It's really nice to see you all on this special occasion where we are celebrating the International Project Management Day, week 2. So, for those who are not aware of what this Champions program is all about, I thought I'll spend a couple of minutes to introduce you to what this program is all about, so that it encourages the passionate volunteers to join us in this program of success that we have been driving since last 15 years. I proudly say we completed 15 years. So PMI South Asia Champions Program was initiated with the objective of doing advocacy of profession of project management across industry sectors in South Asia. South Asia includes India, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka. So this Champions Program was actually the brainchild of Raj Kaladi, who was the ex-managing director of PMI India. At that time, it was PMI India, not South Asia, who actually formulated this idea with a long-term goal of achieving voluntary activities and for the benefit of the country and the world that you are associated with. So this particular program kick-started with just 5 identified experienced volunteers. That was way back in the year 2010. Okay, and I still remember. I'm as part of this 15 years journey. I feel very proud that I was part of this program for close to 12 and a half years. I would say I think the person who spent most of the time in the Champions program is me. Is what I proudly say, and I've seen the program getting transformed from what it was in 2010, 11, 12, 13 period till to 2025 now. So those 5 champions who were identified in the year 2010, I've seen a peak size of this champions program reaching around 160 plus, where representatives from various industries, various organizations were part of this program during doing these advocacy efforts. So these champions, again feel very proud about is that these champions who were part of our program later took over leadership roles in various PMI initiatives, like board members of chapters. There were few who became the presidents. I again see one person in this, Brijesh, who is the CEO, who is our ex-champion. I feel proud about all of these people. I mean, there were days where PMI South Asia Champions Program was considered as a leadership program where we build leaders for all other initiatives of PMI. Those were the golden moments that we have, and we are continuing the trend of building leaders in this program. And the key responsibility to understand what these champions do is they perform advocacy efforts by representing themselves as PMI ambassadors within their organizations. And this program, uh, with a broadened idea, started with a vision to be the PMI's leading program for advocacy of project management profession in South Asia, and also had a mission to create, mature, and sustain a collaborative and scalable model for the advocacy program by partnering with community like us to promote the profession of project management. And one of the key other initiatives that we have kickstarted very recently is this LinkedIn initiative, where we invite industry experts who actually come over here, share their knowledge about project management. And this LinkedIn initiative aims to create an active, collaborative space for project management professionals to connect and grow. Through regular posts, insights, and community highlights, it helps members stay updated on the project management trends, certifications, and other activities that we perform as part of this program. This platform also amplifies the success stories of all of us, learning opportunities, and event announcements like what we are doing now. And it also fosters engagement and knowledge sharing across the project management fraternity and community. So overall, the initiative strengthens the digital presence and brings practitioners together in a meaningful interprofessional network, which is very vital for the kind of role we are playing and the responsibilities we hold. So this PMI South Asia Champions Program initiative is actively strengthening the project management community through multiple knowledge sharing channels. Okay, not just LinkedIn, but we have lots of many other channels. I see very happy there are firecrackers cracking outside, celebrating our IPM day here. Looks like. Okay, it provides. I mean, this particular provides channel project provides one-on-one mentoring. So, as part of multiple channels that I was talking about, not only LinkedIn, but we have other channels through which we provide one-on-one mentoring, helping practitioners gain guidance, industry insights, and career support from experienced professionals. Like on average, if you look at the V champions, hold an experience of around, I would say, around 15 to 20 years at least in the space of project management. So this is what we share with the next generation project managers or to those professionals who want to come into the space. Through its regular newsletters, the initiative delivers curative updates, best practices that we follow, and thought leadership to keep members informed and engaged, and also to make them up to date. Additionally, we have the YouTube channel, which offers accessible learning content talks, tutorials, and interview making project management knowledge available to a wider audience. So, that is another channel through which we try to communicate. Together, these efforts that we are doing as part of Champions program foster continuous learning, which is vital. Collaborative effort. It is a collaborative effort, and it is a strong PM community. PMI South Asia Champions program. I would again say it is one of the strong PM community that we are associated with. So this is a brief introduction about what we are doing. And on behalf of all the South India champions, I welcome you all to the second LinkedIn audio event to celebrate the IPM Day. Thank you so much. And you will
Thank you
have a
so
wonderful
much,
time
Kalyan.
ahead.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate to sharing all the vision and how we are shaping the future of project management as a South Asia champion program as part of that. And let's begin our discussion. And again, warm welcome to our esteemed panelists, Nitin, Bridges, and Lindsay. Okay, before jumping into the actual topic or some question here, I'd like to talk about few things that the topic as well. As artificial intelligence grows more capable, the role of modern project manager is undergoing a profound transformation. Right. Indian tools now automating routine tasks, be it planning, reporting, or even risk prediction, uh, freeing PMs to focus on the strategic decision making, stakeholder alignment, human-centric leadership. At the same time, what are the guardrails and what the other uh, areas that we need to focus on? So instead of AI replacing project manager, how it will be redefining them. So let's deep dive. But the first question I'd like to have with all the panelists, how do you envision the role of project manager in evolving in the next 5 to 10 years with the rise of AI and automation? Brijesh, what's your
Yeah,
point of view about it?
yeah, that's great question. I think. So, as a technology leader and my longer association with PMI see AI accelerating exactly what PMBOK latest editions emphasizes us. Like it is the shift from the process-oriented project managers to the value-centered leaders. So traditionally, I also played a many a time a project manager role. We morely focus on a kind of a delivery enablers. We make sure our delivery goes on time. Now the role moving towards the more on a business value managers. People now moving towards taking a higher loads. So as you rightly mentioned, like AI will automate the process heavy task like scheduling, reporting, forecasting, documentation. So it will help the PM to shift to higher value work, such as they can spend more time on relationship building, strategic alignment, critical thinking, trade-off analysis. So if I talk in short summary, it means like AI will take over the administrative workload, and at the same time, project managers will take over the business workload. The project manager, the future is not a task or a timeline honor, they are more a value creator. So if you look, if I foresee like what could be the next decade project manager looks like, they should be not measured by the timeline or cost alone. They will be more measured by the business impact, customer experience, and innovation velocity. So it is a kind of a huge shift is happening, and AI is helping us a lot as a project manager to evolve very fast. We can accelerate our journey uh, to automate our routine task, and we more focus on a value creation. That is what my view right now.
Thank you so much, Bridges, for your excellent point of view about this. So, Nitin, let me ask us a question. And what is your point of view about this? That how it can project management evolving in the next 5 to 10 years with the in the AI or automation era?
Yeah, that's a central question, right? I mean, the reason why everybody has joined this call and everybody, this topic has been discussed to death for not just project management, right, but for almost all aspects of corporate life. Will AI replace my job? That's on back of everybody's mind. Um, so based on my 20 plus, I
Yeah.
mean, around 20, 25 plus years in IT, I've seen several waves of disruption, right? We had what the first starting with just plain internet, right? And then going to, if you look at processes, then agile and DevOps, and then going to cloud, we had blockchain, and each and every technology that came in, we thought, oh, you know what, this is going to replace this job. Is it true? Yes, it will replace some of the jobs, but only those who cannot adapt. The reason why we are called the apex predator, honestly, is because of our ability to adapt, right? I think humans are the only animals in the animal kingdom who have been on all seven continents, right? So will this be what will happen in 5 to 10 years? I mean, we cannot predict what will happen next few minutes, right? But realistically speaking, I think if we break it down into two things, right? If we use the 80-20 rule, then the task which is the manager of processes, right? A traditional project manager, um, like Bridges rightly pointed out, collecting status update, going after people, trying to find out, hey, have they done this task, that task? What are the progress reports? Building Gantt charts, scheduling, right? And then getting the risk follow-up meetings, all those things. That AI would, I mean, it's already replacing part of it, but it will obviously do more on that piece, right? But if you think of it in terms of master of context, the 20% of the most important aspects of project management, right, then that is, I don't think AI is there yet. Will it be there at some point in time in our life? Probably not, but maybe, who knows. But the main aspect where we, I mean, until people are actually doing the work, project managers would be working. And for next 5 to 10 years, I seriously think that those who can adapt, right, those who use AI, those project managers would be there in next 5 10 years. Those who do not adapt, don't use AI, would go by the wayside.
Yeah, sure. No, definitely. That's a thought process that will my job will be safe or not? That's the main question. But I definitely we are looking AI as the accelerator, or how we are redefining this project management. Lindsay, what your thought about this?
Yeah, thanks, Babani, and thanks to be part of this panel discussion. And as we all discussing whether AI will replace project manager or whether it will be reshaping us, aligning closely with Nitin and what Brijesh has to say. See, if you look at the past couple of decades, how the project managers has been working, we are like boxed into being a professional trackers more than being contributors to the strategic and other stakeholder management activities. So going along with that 80-20 rules, 80% of our efforts goes on in maintaining the artifacts, producing the reports. By the time we send out the reports, it might be a little outdated because the data has taken a long time to come to us. When I see AI as helping us in this administrative burden disappear, to help us disappear that administrative burden, it gives us more opportunity on the other sides. That is like we can take up a lot of effort on the strategic leadership side, complex stakeholder management side, and as always, human-centric leadership, wherein the AI has not yet completely taken over, because AI gives you the highlight of the pattern, but eventually it is the human who has to take the decisions. It can flag the risk, but it is the project managers to interpret and to prioritize what needs to be done and what is the right solution to tackle that. So if you ask me exactly how things are changing, it is like it is helping project managers moving from are we on time to are we actually building the right thing for our customers, or do we actually drive the business value for their end customers. So that is some area where we can focus more. And when you talk about like AI replacing, I wouldn't completely align with that one, but as I what I see is like the project managers who leverages AI will absolutely replace us for those who won't do that one. So the role shift is being from a task manager to being more as strategic leader. So less time managing the spreadsheets and other day-to-day course, and focusing more on what truly matters, which is the people, the strategy, and the value. And that's exactly what I see the future PM stands in the AI era.
Great, great. No, definitely, that's very much true. And how we are shifting from this AI era, how we are using the AI for just routine tasks, and how we are more focusing on the strategic leadership. Thank you, Lindsay, for sharing your vision and point of view. In the follow-up question, I have a question for Nitin. What aspect of project management do you believe AI can never truly replicate, no matter
Never
how
is a,
advanced?
yeah, sorry. Thanks, Bhavani. So never is a very strong word, right? I cannot say never, ever, because we don't know for sure, right? But that's an excellent question, and it really gets to the gut of it, right? What can it replace, and what does it mean to be a leader in a technology-driven world? Um, as Lindsay and Brijesh have, and you, right, have rightly pointed out, AI is uh,
Yeah,
very good at analyzing data, predicting outcomes, and optimizing the workflows. Right, these are the fundamentals of any project and the project management that we do. But at the core of it, it's all human, right? It's uniquely human. The most important task that I ask my project managers to do is to make sure that they are working with their teams, and the teams go beyond what 2 plus 2 is, right? 2 plus 2 should become 5, not 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2, 4 is what AI will give you. 2 plus 2, 5 will what a good project manager will give you. That's what I tell all my project managers, right? So first, in that sense, is a genuine empathy and building of trust, right? So when
yeah,
everything is going smoothly, there is a tendency in me and my leadership strategy. Hey, why do we need project manager? Can we cut down the cost by removing the project manager? What they fail to understand is the intangible aspects that a project manager brings to the project. The reason why everything is running smoothly is because of the project manager, not in spite of the project manager, right? They know how to read the room and work with people who might not want to work together. The second aspect, which will be difficult for AI, not impossible but difficult for AI to resolve, is the creative problem solving, especially if things are ambiguous. So I will give you a classic example. I mean, when I
yeah,
first started here, right? I mean, when I came here, or not here, it doesn't matter whether it's in US or India. I didn't realize that, hey, you can watch TV shows on a browser, right? And this I'm dating myself. This is like 2020 plus. But and if you had fed AI with all the data till that point in time, AI would have said the same thing. That's not possible. You need a cable coming to your home, or some transmission over the air. That kind of aspect where you need creative problem solving, right? That won't be done by AI, not yet, at least. And the most important, third and the most important, I believe, is the principles and ethics. That's something that we can teach AI. But again, I've been training models for local LLMs, but it's not easy. It depends on your data. The can you do a ethical and moral responsibility? Can you take that? At the end of the day, if something goes wrong, who is responsible? You cannot fire an algorithm, right? I mean, you need a person who will stand up to me, right? Amongst the project managers, who will stand up to me and say, hey, no, I will not deliver this because this is not right for our customers or for our company. The AI model is trying to please you. If you put it in the right words, it will give you the answer that you're looking for. So those are kind of things that, at least as of now and in near future, AI might not be able to replace.
Sure, Nitin. No, definitely. Thank you so much for the insight. Bridges, what's your point of view about this?
I think Nitin covered. I just wanted to echo what Nitin says, and few
Sure.
of the points like as an organization, like I have taken a higher role in my organization. So basically, I can rely AI to provide the data faster, provide the status updates faster, but I have to rely on my project manager for the judgmental influence and leadership under pressure. So as Nitin also mentioned, project manager is a kind of a real architect who makes the things go smooth, and that is happening in the background. So it might be not truly visible on highly on organization, but shows run by the project manager to make our customer more happy. More important aspect is every project has a unique challenges, and key things I have learned from project manager and project management is leadership under pressure. AI can't help on those areas, like we see, like we have a very highly demanding customer, highly demanding timeline, and always budget is a constraint in many of the technology projects we are running. So things are running in high pressure, and at the same time, like we have to align our team, we have to motivate our team even this through this uncertainty. So as per me, AI can't replace those kind of things. Like one is a building a trust across all the stakeholders, leading a team through uncertainty, making an ethical decision during trade-offs. Like many a times we need to take a decision, like should we compromise quality, should we compromise schedule, should we compromise cost, and we have to make our all stakeholder happy. So those kind of a decision, there that with the trade-off and ethical ways, we need a real value of the project manager. So for me, like AI can support project manager to take a decision, compete progress, but it can't replace the power skills which PMI influencing, like we can say, like collaboration, influential leadership, empathy, that can't be replaced by any of the AI. And so as all we said, like Lency also mentioned, like AI can't replace a project manager, but the project manager who can't learn AI, that can be replaced by the project manager. Those have the AI skills. Sort of for me, I think as Nitin mentioned, we are in the uncertain era, but I haven't that visibility. AI can truly replace project manager, but yeah, that can help to emphasize the role better. That is what my view right now.
Sure. That's very true, Bridges, and completely aligned that empathy, and strategic part that definitely cannot be replaced, and that's the part. Lindsay, you are talking about the strategic leadership, right? Now let's talk about in the leadership standpoint. What's your point of view that how are organization preparing their project management teams to adapt these AI-driven workflows?
Absolutely, Babani. See, AI is not just an initiative for the project managers. As a leadership or at the organization level, they need to support their project managers to come up or get along with this AI, pick up the AI, and move along with the new changes that is coming in this AI era. So organizations are preparing the project management team for AI-driven workflows by focusing on the three key areas like capability, the mindset, and the governance. So when we talk about the capability, what it is like investing heavily in the digital and AI literacy, like project managers are trained to understand the AI works, how it helps in impacting their current day-to-day work. As you know, like not everybody is capable of utilizing this AI. So we need to understand who can be the right managers or right group of managers who can actually implement this AI at a smaller scale, so that that can be tested and rolled out across the organization. So that level of investment is happening from the organization side. And second, when we take, is redefining the role of project managers. Like we all know, like initially it was just the tracking and the risk prediction, and with AI we have to ensure that the project managers going forward, this is not exactly what is expected from a project manager at a AI era. At this level, it is more on the higher values and responsibilities that we have to pick as a project manager. So the leaders are helping the team embrace this evolution of AI and making them more enabled to pick up those activities. And the third is like the cultural experimentation, which I mentioned before, to have a small team initially pick up this AI implementation in a controlled environment and learn quickly and scale that work and showcase this scaling and impact of the AI into a larger community, and thereby adapting this across the organization. I think that's definitely something the organizations are reinforcing now. And one another area is the ethical and responsible AI practices, because when you say AI, you know, like anybody can use the AI in any different form. So we have to, the organization has to have some ethical practices and the responsible AI practices, that is to ensure like the data privacy, the transparency, and the bias that and mitigation as AI becomes integral for this delivery, the project delivery side. So leadership is enabling the project managers to become future ready professionals. Along with that, the project managers also is adapting to this change in a very positive manner. That is
Sure.
my view on this, Babani.
Thank you so much. Bridges, yeah, you are the founder and CEO of this Next Gen Soft. That's definitely an it's a global transformation and AI-driven engineering partner company. So, what's your point of view? Because you have seen, you are also working in the cloud, DevOps, data architecture, and you have majorly focusing on the generative AI or agentic AI. What's your thought process about this in the leadership perspective?
So basically, for a leadership perspective, so as per me, AI adoption is not just a tool. We need to adopt the AI as a part of our culture and capability transformation. So it should be adopted as a part of our deliverable cycle rather than we are having just focusing on a tool. So we need to embed in AI in every workflow where we are seeing the opportunity of automate and where we are seeing the opportunity of the routine task. So as we talked previously, like there are lots of opportunity for project managers roles that can be automated. Second, I think is like organization have to invest heavily on capacity building. So basically, AI is not optional. Like as an organization, we have to adopt the AI. So we need to ensure AI literacy programs running across the organization. People have the walk through these prompt engineering boot camps. We should be having some leadership workshops in this ethics and AI governance. We also need to have our project and program managers have to have the freedom to redesign their delivery process using the AI. So we need to be very open and we need to adopt the things the way it should be shifting. So for me, so many organization I have seen, they are adopting so and so tools. So it is not just about learning a tools. It is reshaping the culture, capability, and leadership so that AI can be the integral part of our ecosystem rather than considered just as a tool. So that's what the leadership needs to be focused across the organization, and many of the organization are on that journey as of now. That's my view, Bhamani, as of now. Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
You are Brajesh. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, so that's what the summarize. I just need to take, like, AI should be the integral part as a leadership, rather than AI should be the just a tooling mechanism for organization.
Looks like they might have some technical difficulties, right? The same with AI. So while Babani comes back, I would like to add to what Brijesh just said. Those are very, very valid points, and really good points that you made, Brijesh. So thinking of AI, right, in general, it's just a tool, right? But it's an augmentative tool, in my opinion. And you should treat it as a tool. You should not fear it. I think of it, I can give you an analogy, right? Let's say I think of it like a autopilot. When you go in a plane, in modern commercial aeroplanes, they are very sophisticated. They have autopilot system. um, it can do the navigation. It has countless sensors that, and it can actually do it more efficiently and precisely than we can ever do it, right? But we don't remove the pilot. We still have pilots, right? Because when there is a life and death decision, you cannot simply do certain decisions based on the sensor inputs that you're getting. You need a human touch there. I think AI is the same thing, right? An augmented co-pilot for a modern project managers, my program managers. This is an augmented tool. And the reality is that it will monitor all the dials and instruments if I'm using the same analogy. So for example, it can help you with the budgets, your resource allocation, sprint velocities, it can flags anomalies, it can handle the tedious checklist, generate status reports, it can log the risk, update schedules, all that it can do. It can provide predictive analytics telling you, hey, based on your current data, we have 85% chance of missing our deadline, and so on and so forth, right? But this augmentation is just the part of it, right? It actually helps you because it frees the human pilot, that is our project manager, program manager, right, to focus on what we do best, right? We can look out the window and navigate the bigger picture. We can look at the holistic view of where we stand. It's like it manages the communication with, for example, the air traffic controller. Okay, so that's what I think. It's an augmentative, and then the second thing also is, it's a force of replacement, right? It's a great filter. So, like I pointed out earlier, it's a 80-20 rule. If, as a project manager or program manager, if you think that your job is to spend time on tasks in Jira or Microsoft project, or you are just flying on a pre-programmed route, then the autopilot is going to take over your job, right? Because AI is not making a choice to replace you. It's you. It's just helping you out. If you take its help, then you would be in a better position, and in fact you become indispensable. So that's why I primarily believe that it's a augmenting force rather than a replacing force. So
Yeah.
Bhavani, you're back now.
Yeah. It
Yes,
seems,
yes, yes, Nitin.
Bhavani, you're back.
So much.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, I'm back and really apologize. I was got disconnected. Sincere apologies. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I thought we got disconnected, Bhavani. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks. Okay. Thank you so much, Nitin, for sharing your insight And Lindsay, I have a question, next question, and well, it's like a follow-up question to understand. You are talking about the ethical consideration, right? So what ethical consideration should be kept in mind when you are thinking that integrating AI into the project decision making? Because it's a very crucial when you take as a project manager or project leader to taking the decision. But how AI is influencing or integrating, how we can integrate that?
Absolutely, Babani. The thing is, like, see, AI gives you a lot of information, but ethical consideration is something that is very, very crucial when we are utilizing this results or insights that we get from AI. So, when integrating AI into the project decision making, few key ethical things that we have to focus or we have to be very crucial about is the transparency, fairness, and accountability, and the trust. So when we talk about transparency, what it is like, teams must understand how AI arrives at its recommendations. We should, you give some information to AI and ask it to build something, so we need to understand what exactly happens at the back end, not from a technical perspective, but at least from the results that is driven from it. We cannot say this is 100% this one. So we, that transparency has to be well defined or well understood by the person who is actually utilizing that. Like, decision affecting the scope, cost, or the people shouldn't be driven by, like, it shouldn't be treated as a black box. You give a question, you give something to the AI and you get the results and that is a final. No, that shouldn't be the case. Second thing is like, the leaders must guard against some bias. As you all know, like, AI models are built with some historical data, right? So which can carry some hidden biases. I mean, it might not be obvious for some organization, but for a few other organizations it might have some impact. So we need to be very careful when we analyze the result that we get from the AI. And talking about the privacy, security, and the accountability, the AI system specifically rely on the sensitive project and the personal data. So it needs to be very, very crucial that whatever results that you get and it is getting published, you need to be accountable for that one. So from a human, accountability should never be compromised. AI can inform decision, but the final judgment, as we all know, it has to be at the hands of the project managers or the project leaders, especially if it is a high impact choices. So we cannot actually give a large volume of the data, get all the insights from it, and then publish directly to the end users or the customers. But the decision, the end decision, whether the whatever the result we have got from it or whatever the result AI is giving, is it something very correct or very who are the people is going to get impacted. So when we talk about data and the insights that we get, the final judgment definitely has to be from the human side. That is something very vital that the team should see AI as, and the teams should see AI as a support tool and not as a something that replaces the role of a manager or a role of a decision making point. So it would only help you. The ethical AI means being transparent, fair, accountable, and finally, it is a human centered in every project decision making. So that is something which every leader, every manager should always keep in mind when we are enabling ourselves to be adaptable to this AI. That's my view, Bhavani.
No, thank you so much, Vincent. Yes, so definitely we should think that how AI is revolutionize our project management practices, and also how the ethical consideration need to be considered while we taking the decision. But definitely the human touch is very much important. Well, thank you, Lindsay. Let me ask this question, and probably it will be for everyone. And what new skill or mindset, while today's discussion majorly on the is AI replacing PM or how it is redefining, one of the questions coming to my mind to understand that what are the new skill or mindset so project manager should cultivate to stay relevant in this AI era? Brijesh, let me start with you.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Bhavani. This question is very near to my heart.
Thank you.
So I see, like, four skills every project manager or leader should adopt. I will start with first is a data literacy. So every decision we are taking that involves the data. So we should not be a data scientist, but we must understand what data means, how to read it, how to question the data and use it for the generating the insights. And that can be a really crucial skills we need to adopt. Second, I think, is the automation mindset. We as a leader, as an organization leader, or as a team leader, or as an individual, we always asking, can this task to be automated? And I am sure, like, it is again a 80-20 rule. You will find, like, majority of tasks you are doing as a project manager, it should be automated. It will not to replace you, but it will surely help you to contribute on a higher level, strategic level, or the different role you can take, different more responsibility, or more outcome driven leader you can make through. So this is the second. Third, I see is you should be very good in prompt engineering. So this is the art of asking the right question to get the right answer. So the better you write a prompt, better you get a better result. So learning how to frame the instruction for AI, that become a very much power skills that we need to adopt. And fourth is, like, last but not least, I see is the AI tool fluency. We need to adopt tools, like, we need to follow the tools. So it is not just a one tool. We need to understand how it behaves and how we need to make, like, tools like Mid Journey, Power BI, automation, that we need to adopt. So this is the technology things I can see, that is the shifting. At the same time, like, what I suggest for each PM, who should be more think in a business outcome side, rather than just rather than just a kind of a well delivering the project. He should speak the language of ROI, customer value, competitive advantage. uh, yeah. Secondly, I also suggest to co-pilot with AI. So as Lindsay mentioned, we should consider AI is our assistant, to help or automate our task, rather than we should compete on that. So we should not just use a chat GPT or any tool. We need to think, like, which workflow can be automated, and that can be easily doable with many of the tools available, and that can help you to boost your productivity as an organization, as an individual, or as a team level. uh, Third, I think that we covered in many of the PM book, but I love this very much, is a servant leadership. We should be more a kind of a influencer for the cross functional teams across geography, to make the results more better. So that is the skills, as a new project manager, or we need to cultivate. uh, and last but not least, I see, like, we should be, all the decisions should be data driven, rather than our intuition level. So interpret the data insights, question these anomalies, and make a decision that can be resulted towards the data, and that can be helped to take the more better judgmental views, rather than just intuition based decisions. These are the key things, and as a PM, our mindset will be more resilient, curious, and adaptive to get the new things to be done with this AI journey. That is my view,
No, thanks. We just
Devani.
really appreciate that to understand the what is a new skill we should adapt. Nitin, what's your point of view or any thought process about this? What are the new skill we should adopt?
Yeah, so Brijesh covered many of the topics, and Lindsay
Yeah.
did too. So that's awesome, and I echo what they said. The other thing that to keep in
Sure.
mind is, as you are using AI to augment what you already know and do, we need to understand the limitations of AI. We need to understand that AI by itself has some context limitation, in the sense that You asked it a question, it replied. You asked another question, it replied. If you go on, at some point in time, it's going to forget, quote unquote, forget the first information that you provided to it. So you need to understand the limitations. You might have to repeat to the AI that, hey, this is what it is. And the reason being the processing power that AI has right now. And tomorrow it might change, but right now there is a limitation, right? So you need to understand that, and you need to question it. AI, you have heard of classic examples of hallucinations, right? So there was a attorney in New York apparently, and he went to the judge and quoted some reference to a case that didn't really happen, because he got that information from ChatGPT, I believe, and it just made up stuff. So you need to question the AI. The simplest thing that I tell my team when I coach them on AI is a simple thing. You ask a question, the AI prompt will respond. You ask one more time, are you sure? And there is a reason for that, because what AI is doing, the large language model is looking at the first three topmost priority items and presenting the results as quickly as possible. When you ask the question, are you sure, it goes back and rechecks its probabilities and rethinks. Actually, if you turn on the thinking tag in the AI, if you're using local AI, then it will show you how the AI is quote unquote thinking, right? So that's one thing. The second thing that we need to work on is a storytelling, right? So that you can get all the data and everything from AI or your tools, but how do you convince the stakeholders of what's going on? That's the storytelling aspect. You can send them charts and presentations and whatnot, but the human touch that we can bring to the table, the way we are talking to each other, the way we are laughing, getting mad at each other, whatever it is, right? That
Sure.
part, at least as of now, AI cannot replicate, and that makes a huge difference. So just to conclude, right, when I
Yeah.
coach my team, I tell them to think like an orchestrator rather than a manager, right? So a manager will control the task and processes, and our orchestrator will align people, resources, technologies, get the holistic view of the situation, and help them figure out the best path forward, right? We need to make sure that we use the AI tools as AI as an augmenting tool rather than fearing it.
Yeah. Sure, Nitin. Thank you so much for sharing. Lindsay, quickly, I also like to understand from you, what's your thought process about this? What is the mindset so project managers should cultivate?
Absolutely, Bhivani. I think Brajesh and Nitin has covered most of it. Just anchoring on the same thing. It's a strong data and AI literacy is something which as a project manager should have as a skill. So, and another area that the project managers should be looking at is the problem solving skills. Though we get the results from the AI, as Nitin was mentioned, we have to ensure, we have to check back. Are you sure? We have to ensure that the assurance that we get from the AI is on the right track. And after multiple prompts that we have given, is AI giving this results which is associated with our initial question? So that mindset of verifying the results from the AI, that problem solving skills, it is not gonna go away from the PM. They have to focus more on that. So they have to have that problem solving skills. They have to have the data governance awareness, and then the continuous learning, that is something which I want emphasis as one of the very crucial skill that all the project managers should have. Because if you don't keep learning, be it AI today, AI giving a prompt and getting the results is the way that we try to utilize AI in most of our engagement. But tomorrow it might change. We don't know what's going to come up. So continuously we have to keep learning what are the new things that is coming up in the AI era, and we have to see how it can help. Adapting is something into our day-to-day activities, and then enabling the team to adapt the new changes. So that learning process is never going to end, whether it's the AI or any other new skills that is coming into the market to help us. So uh, in my view, it is more the team, the
Sure.
project managers has to be more analytically sharp and highly adaptable, and work hand in hand with AI to deliver smarter and more reliable outcomes. That is what now that those are the few skills I think we need to sharpen up from a project manager perspective, Bhavani.
Okay. Sure. No, definitely. Thanks, Lindsay. Thank you so much. So this is the really great sessions that we have. Before we wrap up, we have a quick question from one of our audience, and I'd like to, if any of the panel can talk about this. So this is a question that with AI increasingly handling task-oriented responsibility traditionally managed by project managers, and the expectation now shifting towards them focusing on strategic big pictures roles, a space that is already highly competitive. What unique strategies or skill would you recommend to project managers to adapt and ensure they continue to have a meaningful seat at the decision making table? Brijesh, Nitin, or Lindsay, if you want to, anyone want to share your thought.
I'm Brijesh. Let me take it.
Sure.
So, in my perspective, like this is a great question. Like if AI is taking over the task work, project manager must differentiate them. So as per me, the more differentiate items are the leadership, not administration. So to stay relevant, like PM needs a three strategic capabilities as per my view. One, build the relationship is a capital. Many as we know, like we keep receiving the escalation, we keep receiving the customer escalation, team escalation, our stakeholders not alignment. But building a trust relationship can be a more influential and more prominent in this era. So first is a build relationship is a capital that never can be replaced. So we need to build trust, influence, and stakeholder alignment are truly human skills, and that matters more in this AI-led world. Second, like we should be become the translator between the AI insights and the business value. Anyone can get the data from AI, but as Nitin rightly mentioned, we should not rely the data from AI every time. We have to make our orchestration insights on that to make a decisions and make the trade-offs. AI can give you the three suggestion, but at the same time, we can make the trade-offs and we need to take a right things. So you should be become a good translator between the AI insights and your business value. Third is strengthen the executive communication. So as we said, like leaders now not need to give the status update. They want a clarity on opinions, risk, and business impact. So these three key skills we have to adapt continuously, and
Yeah,
we need to evolve on the as we go with the AI. That is what
great.
my view on that
Thank you.
question.
Thank you so much, Brajesh. Nitin, there's a one question that I like to, and if you can share your perspective. I know it is just 2 minutes left, but before we wrap up this session, one more question: how PMI is helping project managers to learn these skills? Any
Uh,
thought quickly?
Actually, that would be best answered by our expert in this PMI session, right? But I wanted to leave the audience with one quick tip. Um,
Sure.
Prompt engineering is a vast topic, right? We can spend a couple of hours on that. But a quick and easy way to use the right prompt is to use AI again. So you can tell the AI what you want it to answer and ask it to generate a prompt for you. Open another session, copy paste that prompt, and you will get better answers.
Great. Sure. Sure.
Very well.
Thanks, Nitin, for sharing your view. With that, we come up the end of this session, and really appreciate Lindsay, Bridges, Nitin for your sharing your perspective for today's crucial topic that will AI replace project managers or redefining them. We missed Chintan's view as well, but it's a personal emergency for him. But really appreciate all of you, and also our guest of honor, Kalyan. Thank you so much for joining. With that, with a note that definitely with a thought process that AI is not going to replace us or the project managers, but definitely will accelerate or reshaping the future of project management. With that viewpoint, we are wrapping up for today. And thank you, everyone, all the audience for joining. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.